Good morning, everybody. This not really a Sunday morning worship. No, it's Monday. What am I doing? I'm tripping. It's it's a 4th of July Monday, but nothing really festive about it, I guess. Uh, Hold on a second, y'all. Good morning, Ernest. And you know, I think some people popped fireworks last night on July 3rd, but I'm assuming people are going to get their grills out today. I don't know. It just You ever get the feeling that you're just kind of over shit? Just kind of over it. Since the pandemic, I've had this overwhelming feeling of just being over it. I'm over so many things. Y'all be surprised I'm just over. You know, I'm over a lot of stuff. Maybe because I've gotten older. I'm 53. And, you know, and a lot of stuff that have transpired in the country or just, just over it. A lot of stuff that appear to be just so redundant and repetitious and almost become mundane. But yet, I guess you still have to say something about certain things and continue to point out the pink elephant in the living room, if you will. What are we gonna do? There's something always on my Aquarius mind. And I guess it took me a time to get to this particular topic. It just happened, but I try to put things in particular order. But I don't think issues really get old. You don't have to talk about it as soon as it happens, because you need to have just a few moments to process what's going on. When I do my lives, I try to make sure I've processed. There's some processing of what's going on, right? And so this recent execution that occurred in Akron, Ohio, with the 8 officers who shot about 100 bullets, but 60 of them landed in the man's body. Good morning, Asher. That is something. And then, of course, they took forever to release the videos. Y'all know what time it is. And when I saw the little piece of half-ass video they put out, they need time to edit everything and doctor it up. And, of course, they stopped the annual Happy 4th of July fireworks and stuff in the city of Akron. He said for fear that people may burn the city down and all of that. Well, regular folks are not out here just burning down the cities. They have these special interest groups that promote that, like these little liberal funded groups like Black Lives Matter and all those folks. They were the ones who are doing it. And it really got exposed during this George Floyd thing when they were out there. There were Asians that were putting bricks out there for people to throw. And they had these little suburban white kids, these suburban uppity Hispanics and all these others who were spray painting buildings. And if y'all saw the videos where they were being called out, hey, we didn't ask y'all to do that, because the actual people were not out there, destroying property. It was these special interest groups who were using black paint to further their own political gains. But the people who really need to be standing up, who really need to be seen and heard at this moment, you don't hear them. And we can go over and over about how cops are targeting unarmed black men. We can go over that all day long. But if we're aware that if we believe this, why haven't we responded to it appropriately? And all those cops. And it's interesting how They can run down somebody who they say allegedly had a gun, so what? And one dude, tons of police officers, 60 bullets at one guy. But every mass murderer that kills black folks, shoots up schools, they all seem to be brought in unharmed. And even given lunch, Dylan Roof, Burger King, bought lunch. So if y'all don't see the writing on the wall by now, it's not them, it's us. No, it's very deliberate. And I just want to say this to all of the brilliant black folks out there who are afraid. Well, you know, every weekend or any time during the week or on the weekends in these inner cities and urban areas, black men are killing each other more than the police officers are killing black men. Let me go ahead and educate you very slowly. Because, you know, you got the black cowards that say this kind of mess. You got the racist and liberal whites that like to point this out. But let me educate all of you. And especially these extreme black conservatives who trying to, you know, appeal to the right conservative, white base, Christian, white base. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they suck. Some of them tell the truth when it comes to fatherhood and responsibility and accountability. Then they go into what I call the extreme pandering to the right. That's why I don't fool with black conservatives that far. I only go so far with black conservatives. Because they too are under a script. All of them. You can name them. Y'all know who they are. I like Candace Owens to a certain extent. But she's speaking the truth about statistics and black folks. She's telling the truth. Larry Elders, he has about 5 minutes of my attention. Then it's around a minute. When he reaches about minute 6, 7, and 8, he goes off on the deep end. You know, there's no racism. You know, America is not a racist. So you get to talking all like that, then okay, you lost me, bro. And it goes on. Jesse Lee Peterson, even this Officer Tatum guy, you know, they do okay for a moment, but then they realize who butters their bread. And so, because I consider myself, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican. I'm liberal on some things, conservative on a lot of things. But I believe I'm more conservative on some things than liberal. Because I believe everybody do you. But the foolishness I'm just not going to go along with. And my conservatism comes from the history of black people who stood up for themselves and built their own and opened up their own, did for self. That's my conservatism. My conservatism isn't political. My conservatism is driven by how grandmothers and grandfathers used to tell their children, and those children used to tell their children, this is the way young men are supposed to act. This is the way young ladies are supposed to purport themselves. That's the conservatism I'm coming from. I'm a conservatism of a Booker T. Washington, Frederick Douglass. You know, that's, you know, how we are supposed to purport ourselves. And also do for self. I'm a Malcolm X conservative. When it comes to doing for yourself, get your own. Some people, when you hear the word conservative, you think, oh my God, right-wing extremists, Fox News, Christian right. No, it's not it. Not it at all. Dwayne, good morning, my man. Who else on here while I'm saying good morning? Go Chiefs. Terry, what's up? And so, you know, this brother being shot 60 times, it kind of, you know, it didn't hit me any differently than brothers who've been shot any other time. But put a pin in that. Let me explain something to you folks who like to say, well, black men kill each other all the time. See, civilians killing civilians, well, usually the police are called or they're hauled off into court and they usually are punished. They go to jail. But police officers targeting unarmed black men and shooting black men, driving while black, jogging while black, now door dashing while black, that's unacceptable. There's a difference in that to all the geniuses, the cowards and the black conservatives and white liberals white conservatives. There's a difference, and you know that. And people stop letting people put that out there. We know black people kill more black people. Then you got the other geniuses. We know black people are the only ones shot by the police. White people get shot by the police too. Let me help y'all again. It's Aquarius mind of mine. It's something serious. We're going to teach these folks, man. See, it's interesting when we're talking about the purposeful targeting of black men by a system. But when y'all say white people get shot too, but y'all never say white men are targeted by the police too. Y'all say white people are shot more than whatever. Well, they're the mass majority. They probably commit more of the crimes, but more of the crimes are reported by the 13%. Y'all never stop to think that if we're only 13%, but every time I look around, we're the ones being reported on the most. See, white supremacy is in all aspects of this country and in the world. The day you start thinking racism is over, that's when you start losing. It's going on. You can still coexist here, but you have to coexist honestly. So you think about marrying a white woman and having mixed kids, or marrying a white man by having mixed kids, that's going to change racism? No. Because if that child come out dark enough, well, welcome to my world and Don Cheadle's world. Whoopi Goldberg's world. So sleeping with the enemy doesn't make the enemy not be your enemy no more. Sorry to you integrationists and multiculturalists. I know I go too far, say too much. It is what it is. That has never stopped the system. It's never changed people's hearts. Because race is about a group survival, a race towards resources, economics, politics, education, environment. That's what race is. And we around here too big. We trying to screw white folks instead of make deals and take care of our own ass. But that's a whole nother thing. Let's talk about these sons of bitches that shot this dude up. And I'm not done with those folks who try to make excuses for racism or racist behavior. All that not all shit, I don't buy none of that either. I don't give a fuck if your brother, your sister, your cousin, whatever is a cop. She ain't shit and he ain't shit either. Because if they want shit, they'll be having press conferences pointing out the cops who ain't shit. So fuck your relative who's a cop. Yeah, I said it and I meant it. Because it's a system. Even the black ones go along with the system. We need more black cops. We need more black this. We don't need, why the fuck you don't get black politicians, black teachers, black cops, black sheriffs, when they all still operating under the same racist system? Y'all sound stupid. It's a systematic. Change the system in your mind, you can change the actual system. We got all these black folks that's sitting on boards and city council, mayor, and don't nothing get done. Because it's a system. They get in there and get their couple of crumbs, and they good. They try to tell you that you the problem. When they knowing that they denying black folks bank loans and housing loans and shit. Knowing they hiring less qualified white folks over everybody. Y'all know this. But still, you tell the black, well, you got to work hard. You got to get your degrees. You got to... And everybody know that a crack-addicted, blonde-haired, blue-eyed white man, if he get off the crack or the heroin or whatever drug he's on, take a bath and get a haircut, they'll move him or her right along. That's the America we still live in. So y'all cut the bullshit out. But y'all to keep wanting to use that notion. Well, they kill white folk too. No, they don't target white men. They target young black men. And I need black women to understand this. You know, whenever some domestic violence come up, black women are becoming an endangered species. How the fuck y'all coming up the endangered species and y'all are born about 3 times more than boys are born? And y'all see the statistics and even brag about it. You outnumber black men 3 and 4 to 1. So how are you an endangered species? You're not disappearing. You're still multiplying. Now see all that foolishness until we recognize that God is the issue here. The black man is God. He's just, in his mind, he's a fallen angel. Needs to be resurrected. See, Ben Farrakhan, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, they spoke about the resurrection, not of a physical body, but of a mental body. Come on, somebody. A lot of black men need to be resurrected mentally. Mr. Farrakhan spent 50, 70 goddamn years trying to tell y'all this. Malcolm X spent the last day of his life. We think resurrection is some honky, some blue-eyed sun behind him. Ain't burning him now. Sun behind his head cracker laying on a goddamn cross. That's not the resurrection. The resurrection is your mind. And so, Rico, what's this got to do about those 60 bullets put in Jalen Walker's body by those sons of bitches in blue? Well, see, if we were resurrected in our minds, that kind of stuff won't happen. How come they ain't targeting no Jewish males, no homosexual males, no white males, Asian males? And all these people are a protected group. But they're not targeted. Young black men are targeted. Middle-aged black men, if they mess around and people start listening to them, they become a target. When they're telling the truth, that's what a resurrection is. So this Easter, when your preacher gets to talk about some cracker laying this bony-ass white dude, laying this stringy-haired bony ass on a fucking cross, y'all stand up and say, no, the resurrection ain't no goddamn Caesar Borgia, whatever his name's lover. It's the mental of the black man. That is the resurrection. I said, Rico, how do you get this resurrection? Read the books, damn it. Read the books. The scholars have already been here. Dr. Amos Wilson, Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu, Dr. Frances Cress Wilson, Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, Dr. Naeem Akbar. The scholars have already been here. Dale Jones, they've already been here. They laid out the Bible for black men and black women. Just like the Bible that cracker left for you, you don't read that either. Now I know I sound like a 1960s Fred Hampton, don't I? Sometimes, man, the spirit of the ancestors, the spirit of the warriors come through you when you get mad. You start sounding like that. But like we get scared when you hear. You know why you get scared? Because they know you're a coward. When you hear people talk the way I talk, you get scared and nervous. Because you see the face, you hear the voice of God. That's why you get so upset. That's why. Don't say that. Don't say that. But the cops and white folks doing it every day. You got black folks still arguing and debating with white folks on social media. Why you do that? That's stupid. Why would you have a conversation with white folks about racism? What kind of jackass are you? Oh, that's for likes. Now it's social media. It's for you to get a pat on the back, maybe an NAACP award or something like that. Humanitarian award. I had endless conversations to white people about racism. And, we're moving the needle. Well, we're not moving the needle. We're just having conversations, and I'm getting rewarded for talking, running my mouth at all these different workshops and conventions. That's dumb. How many conversations did the Asians have with white folk when they wanted they got the anti-hate Asian crime bill? How many conversations they have? None. And they're not even original Americans. You got Johnny-come-lately Americans getting more rights than black folks. That's why stuff is still happening to us. We talk too damn much. Who does that? I can't recall in my life ever having an extensive conversation about race with a fucking Caucasian. Why? It's dumb. It's like you make yourself inferior when you talk to a Caucasian about race. Why would you do that? That's dumb. They're not going to give up their position for you. Sure, they're entertaining. They ain't got nothing to lose. Systematically, you ain't going to do nothing about it. I don't talk to white folks about racism. It's stupid. Anyone who does is a jackass. Who's black, you a dumbass. Don't have conversations with white people about racism. They benefit from it. Why would they talk to you about ending something that has been their livelihood for 400 years in this goddamn country? Dumb. We need to have conversations. We should talk about these things. So now they got blacks even more inactive. On MSNBC, the Negroes on there, that Joe Reed and that Tiffany Cross Broad and where they plant these old weird ass blacks at. It's always good to have a conversation. But we never have a conversation with us about our own survival. But we line up to talk to white folks about racism. They have no, and then after the fucking conversation is over, you go have the few cookies on the table and grab a handful of chips and throw some peanuts in your mouth and call it something, an accomplishment. Stupid. Oh, God. What does this have to do with Jalen Walker being shot 60 times? DoorDash driver. And I read some more. I read up on. I didn't hear anything as far as a criminal record. You know, they now it's time to muddy up his name. You know, I haven't read anything that's, I guess, considered damning or negative. But you know how this media works. They're gonna make sure they justify it, and the cops gonna justify it. He weighed one gun at eight tanks, and they empty that gun as if their fingers. They just put the gun on automatic and just bow, 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 bow until they. But that's what they do. And we just sitting there. And so let me take y'all on a history lesson. I know a lot of people hate when I go back to history, but that's how I'm able to purport myself in the future, in the present. In the present and in the future. Because history, as Bob Marley says, you know, if you don't know your past, don't know your future. And history is a great teacher. Mickey Howard said it. You know, we say it all the time. You don't know the past, you don't know what's going on right now. And it's like it's purposely we try not to teach black children and grown people try to forget the past. Well, how are you going to be able to operate in the present? You don't know what happened in the past. So it's called history. That's why y'all understand why white folks didn't want CRT. You know, they lied and called it CRT. Critical race theory is only taught in law schools. And a lot of us just let them just run shot on. And they're going through, shutting it down in these school systems. State of Texas trying to call, let me tell y'all something. State of Texas, and not just state of Texas, but the state of Texas State School Board is trying to erase the word slavery out of the damn history books and call it involuntary, some kind of involuntary, dissatisfied employment, some bullshit. Y'all can just Google it. See, all that stuff happens. Luckily, there was an awakened sister, not awoke, but an awakened sister on that board to tell them, no, this don't sound cool. But you know what? It ain't even necessary for her to be there, because if we had conversations with our own selves about our survival, we have our own state school board for black children. So a lot of this stuff is unnecessary that we go through. It's just unnecessary. We don't have to go through this shit. Asians don't go through it. Whites don't go through it. Homosexuals and all these other groups don't go through it. Why the hell are we still going through it? Because we won't admit the fact. The facts are, we're still 3/5. And everyone behaves like that except for black people. We say, well, I'm an American. Sure, in, I guess, a title in essence, but legally we're not. No legal American still has to have their voting rights voted on every 25 years, except for black Americans. You're not an American if you don't have the right to vote. And that civil rights bill was a fucking distraction and a ruse. You weren't supposed to be fighting for no goddamn Bill of Rights, no goddamn civil rights. You're supposed to be fighting for total human rights. What Malcolm X was talking about. But again, those gay men, those gay Greeks, black Greeks and gay men were assigned to lead that because they're the ones who enjoy integration with white society. Come on, somebody, call me a liar, debate it amongst yourselves. I don't give a damn. It wasn't the masses of blacks, because during that time, masses of blacks were in agriculture and we're in construction. We were building our own and having our own. But these so-called college-educated, uppity educated blacks who were mainly gay and Greek letter are the ones who led that integration bullshit. And they're the still ones running around here right now trying to be your next school board leader, your next city councilman, your next state representative, and look at your black neighborhood. It ain't shit. What has this got to do with Jalen Walker being shot 60 times. See, all of this plays a part in that. There needs to be a resurrection in our mind. And we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just go back and read what the scholars wrote. For those of you who don't like to read, they got DVDs. They got YouTube videos of the folks. We're not thinking. We don't give a shit. And so when stuff like this happens, we stand around like, let me tell y'all how we look when stuff like this happens. You ever walked in on a fat kid stealing cookies and he in there and he eating them so hard? You're like, hey, what you doing? Like, can't even, he got cookies in his mouth, cookies in his hand, and crumbs around his mouth. That's how we look. Every time they do some BS, we're caught doing other shit we ain't supposed to be doing. We get caught off guard. And that's what's going on. And the most important factor of all of this is who? Black men. Let me tell you something. I told y'all, this generation, of black men, there's something weird about black men in this country. Everyone else has fractioned off to form their own educational, economic, and political group. Within our race, black gays have fractioned off and got their own group so they can get economic, political, and educational and grant funding and all this. Black women have separated themselves to get grants and political power, and black men still around here arguing about fucking sports. They still around here debating about sports. Who gonna be the next free agent? Who gives a shit? And standing by, watching other black men being slaughtered. And hell, a lot of them doing the slaughtering. We got it. So there's something wrong here. And we know read the history. See what happened, but we're supposed to be so enlightened and so intelligent today, but every year it's like black men get weaker and weaker as a group, weaker and weaker. You have a few brothers that try to stand up and be men, but then the masses of them go somewhere and hide in a cigar bar, or go somewhere and try to flex on some thick-thighed, big-armed chicks at a goddamn day party who ain't paying no attention to them. Somewhere trying to step, or somewhere trying to belittle another black man because maybe he doesn't have what he has. No, stuff that don't matter. When we have not come together and formed our group. That Essence Festival in New Orleans. Why can't there be a black male festival like that? It's not about separating to get away from the women. It's just about becoming empowered. Let me tell y'all something. Black men, y'all ain't even paid attention. You too busy with your pants unzipped talking about who got a fat ass. But she thick though. Just made into, let me tell y'all something. Back in the day, 100 years ago, they used to put out cartoons to demonize black men as being sexual deviants and perverts. Always have sex on the brain. Well, they had this movie called Birth of a Nation. Remember that when it first came out? Not the excellent one that was done by my man, I forget his name real quick. That black feminists joined white liberal bitches and tried to make sure they shut the movie down. So if you got a son or a daughter, take them to go see or find it on Netflix or Hulu, Birth of a Nation by my man Nate Parker. Go find Birth of a Nation. The movie is excellent. And I like it because he didn't spare nobody. There wasn't no white savior in that damn movie. Like Black Panther, like Django. Wasn't no white savior in that movie. It was strictly brothers taking care of their business. And they didn't want that movie to come out, so they sent them ignorant, dumbass, black female feminists out to try to destroy the movie and bring up an old rape charge that he was found innocent of back in the 90s when he was a student. But black men, we keep falling off. Hell, if I was a woman, I wouldn't hardly respect a lot of you motherfuckers either. don't care. We're always trying to concern about what you drive and sports and tennis shoes and shit like that. Yeah, we got so much work to do. Now, a lot of us are striving and doing things, but we're going in too many separate directions. We're not coming towards each other and building a bond. We're not building this. Economics. See, what does this Jalen Walker murder execution have to do with anything? See, if we were a protected group, the cops would think once or twice before just running up on black dudes. They know how they take it easy with the white mass shooters, take it easy with Asians. A few Mexicans might catch it, but guess what? Mexico comes to call them. So they take it easy on it. They take it easy on women in general. But black males, And don't say it's just the hood dudes. Cause you dudes with the nice cars and the PhDs and the high-paying job, they pull your dark-skinned ass over too. Your brown skin, they pull you over too. And handle you like you're not the CEO of FedEx or the vice president of Bank of America. They treat you like you that dude on the corner. And that hurts your feelings, doesn't it? Well, we haven't done the work. Now, we've done the building of the foundation of this country, but we have not participated correctly in building a fence around black men. Because black women are not going to do it. They too busy enjoying being coddled and entitled and having their asses kissed by everybody because they know they're the ones who directly connected to us. So they're not going to give up their little false sense of power and their false sense of privilege. It's up to us as men to make sure the cops stop shooting us. It's up to us. But it's going to have to take a resurrection of our minds. Because we're in too many directions. A lot of dudes who may get to see this video ain't going to like what I'm saying. No, I'm not famous. No, I don't have any money. No, I don't have any of this stuff that makes people, I guess, valid. But I still have a mind. And I know what to do with it. And I know what I want to see for not just black men, but I want to see for our entire race. But we're going in so many directions. And even the hater black dudes, I'm not bothering you. I'm talking about brothers who are like-minded. And I know there's at least 1 million of us out of the 7 million black men who are functioning, 8 million who are functioning. I know at least 1 million of us can come together for the purpose of forming a group to get the politics in our favor, to get the politics on our side, to get the economics in our favor, to get the educational system in our favor for us and the black boys, to get the protection, the fence around us for us to become a protected class like everybody else. We'll have to do it. Because they're not going to find these people guilty like they should be. And this continue to be treated like we're slaves on a Caribbean or an Southern American plantation. How you have a rebellious slave out there and they bring him out before all of the other slaves and make them watch as they beat or torture or flat out murder the rebellious slave. That's how we still react in that traumatic way when we see stuff like that. We still do it. But then y'all say, you wasn't no slave. That never happened to you. How stupid are you? If trauma that never gets addressed, it continues to perpetuate. But it's interesting that they say that about black people when it comes to the American slavery and the Caribbean slavery. The evidence is there that it has not been properly addressed. Dr. Joy Leary wrote a book called Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. See, y'all got plenty of money. You can go buy the stuff. Y'all don't invite the lady out to come speak. You don't invite Sister Shahrazad Ali. The Essence Festival is not going to have sisters like that at the Essence Festival. So black men, we need to invite these women out. We need to have YouTube channels having these women on. We need to. Those of you with these YouTube channels having debates and shit with women, cut the bullshit out. Who cares? They're not going to change their minds. They're bought off. They're sold. They're not going to give up their privilege. So stop having clubhouses with chicks. They are not dumb. They know exactly what the fuck is going on. They have no interest. Because when you're on top, you think you're gonna give your status? You gonna give away your first place position to third and fourth place people? That's not only racial, it's gender in this country. Y'all right here keep on like y'all gonna convince these bought off controlled fembots. They ain't finna give that up, so why y'all keep wasting all this time? And then when I see some of these clubhouse conversations, men and women going back and forth, they don't have no maybe 30 people watching that bullshit because it's trash. You know, like why? Why even waste your money and waste your time? You need to be trying to go into the neighborhoods and pass out leaflets and flyers to gather black men and have real conversations. Don't attack them. Well, y'all need to stand up and black men. Y'all need to take care of our women. They don't need to do shit. These black dudes can't hardly take care of themselves mentally. Now, I'm not making a call out for no Negro preachers either, because y'all said enough. Yeah, y'all saw why we're in this situation in the first damn place. If y'all not teaching black liberation theology, close your mouth. You know what I'm talking about? Mr. James Combs was talking about? Every Negro preacher knows who he is. You're not talking about that. You're not talking about what Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu is talking about in his books. You don't need to be talking to black men. Get the statistics, get the number, get the therapists on the panel. Let's talk about resurrecting the minds of black men, because black women are bought off. They're done. They don't care. Hell. And of course, let me do this. Not all. So yeah, these shootings gonna continue until black men stand up and make them stop. It takes me back to the story that Mr. Farrakhan shared about when A. Philip Randolph and the other Negro leaders, civil rights leaders of the 1930s, went to the White House. They had a meeting with either Roosevelt or one of them. And they went out and laid out to him what the Negro wanted, what the Negro needed in America in the 1930s. You know, as far as anti-racism, anti-lynching, and all of that. And that president told them back in the 1930s, okay, I have your list. Now go out there and make me do it. How many of you understand what he was talking about when he said, go out there and make me do it? You got to go out there. But he said was, I can't. In the climate that I'm in, I feel for you niggers. I know we dogging y'all out. But I got a lot of southern and northern racists who supported me. And I ain't trying to lose my life or my liberty trying to openly help out Negroes. So, but what you can do is go out there and make it so hard out there that you can give the semblance of forcing me to make policy changes. See, black men don't even stand up and make no policy changes. Black women doing it, but they're doing it for stupid shit. It's about some fucking Crown Act. That's dumb. That's all y'all got, all that arguing and cussing about. You talking about your damn hair? And hair that you even wear? They'll tell you, no, women are not leaders. They're just emotional children. I know they were sexist and misogynist to the feminists and the beta males. It's the truth. Black women got the platform, they got the bullhorn, and all they want to talk about is their damn hair. And stop policing black women's bodies. That dumb shit. Ain't no black men policing no black woman's body. And like I said in my other live, if black men was actually policing black women's bodies, you think y'all have all these fucking tattoos y'all got? You think y'all be as fat as y'all are? You think y'all be wearing all this ghetto ass Asian and Indian weave in y'all head? If we was policing y'all damn bodies, y'all pay attention to words. Pay attention to language. Ain't nobody policing no damn black woman's body. But that's just the going narrative. That's the argument with white women have with white men. It ain't got nothing to do with us. Every other group is just moving right along. They ain't talking about, you don't have no leaders of Hispanic women saying they're policing our bodies. We know they ain't policing the Hispanic women's bodies. A lot of them are built like SpongeBob SquarePants. Mr. and Miss Potato Head built ass chicks. And on their sixth baby with their husbands. So, you know they ain't talking about no, he policing my body. So y'all, you see, the sisters, so black men, those who are masculine, heterosexual, straight, you're going to have to come together and stop this. We're going to have to create our own brotherhood showcase and our own festival that celebrates the accomplishments and the awesomeness of black men. We can't continue to sit around here and wait on... we were talking about women in religion here. I think it's black men is around sitting down here waiting on Jesus. Yeah. Because, black women may be the most religious group, but they get out and fuss and cuss. Even about a bunch of minute shit. They don't holler me. Fucking hair law. Get out of here. They don't even wear their own goddamn hair. They spend $100 trillion on fucking weave. And they get upset because the white employer, and then you got 5 of them that wear their hair natural. They made it a big old debate about 5 women out of 11 million black women. 5 women wear their hair natural. All of a sudden, all of the women are affected. And every day we see chicks with weave, blue, blonde, burgundy weave all day long. The Crown Act is supposed to be for your actual crown, not the Asian beauty supply house hair. To let you know, they don't know what to fight for because they're not thinking about you. They got the microphone, they got the platform. They'll never talk about the black man. Never, except for something in a disparaging way. You can debate it all day long. Yeah. What does any of this have to do with Jalen Walker being shot 60 times? Just tired. I'm over it. Until black men understand that America is treating us the way it's treating us because we're standing around. Still a line from the movie, that disgusting movie, The Color Purple. We're acting like waiters at our own dinner table. All this individualism among black men. And then you got too many black men still voting Democrat. That's a problem. Democrats push everything that's anti-masculine, anti-man, and you Negroes still go out and vote Democrat. That's a problem in itself. We have to become more intelligent when it comes to politics and economics and education. Those are our things. And also, to give y'all a clearer reference of what black men need to be doing to prevent this Jalen Walker, Ahmaud Arbery, Eric Garner, Tamir Rice, to prevent this stuff. And the list goes on. Trayvon Martin. Black men. I'm going to give y'all 2 names of some brothers, if y'all all on YouTube, with some actual tangible solutions. One brother on YouTube, his name is Dr. T. Hassan Johnson. T. Hassan, Hassan Johnson. And he has what's called the black masculinist perspective. He even has a website, I think, that has a list of everything that black men want, what black men desire. He's trying to create a black masculinist curriculum or department in the colleges. And every HBCU, every university, but every HBCU needs a black masculinist curriculum. And then there's a book by this brother by the name of Dr. Tommy J. Curry, Curry. It's called The Man Not. See, black men, we're going to have to start reading and researching us and understanding. And let me tell y'all something. It's not about separating from our women. It's about all right, let me say this right so y'all can understand this, because we're a different group. Everything we do is try to impress and appease women. Well, if you really want to impress the true nature of women, become a man. Be a man. Be a man. Not a playboy, not a swindler, not a jokester, not a clown. Be a man. That goes to the very core of a feminine woman's nature. Did y'all know that? It's just me reading history and me being a man. That is what lures women to men. A woman's nature is compelled to be drawn to you based on you being a man. Is in your walk, is in your talk, is in your actions, your behaviors. How do you purport yourself? But we've got messed around, and a lot of these guys, they walk around with little children clothes on because a lot of women who don't know their feminine nature, they think it's cute. A lot of women around here who's gotten out of their feminine nature, they've accepted the clownness of men today. And I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just telling y'all how God and nature works. Be a man. Just be a man. If you don't know what that is, read up on it. Be a man. And that is what draws women. Be productive. Own something. Have something. Be clean. Be clean in your language. Just be clean. See, the thoughts gonna always be there. No, the little treacherous chick's gonna be there. But be a man. Be responsible. Be a man. Dr. Naeem Akbar, y'all read up on some of his works. He can teach you. Those of you who weren't taught, be a man. Be productive with your hands. Be productive with your mind. Be a man. That's how you attract, if you're interested in like the quality women. Now, if you're just trying out here kick it in the club and get that little thought on the weekend, hey, we all have that shortcoming. But you're supposed to keep it in perspective. Be productive, but also be self-protecting. Because y'all have to realize the women are looking at you. I know you say, we don't give a fuck what they think. We don't care. But you should care. Because every other group, they may have outliers who say some weird feminine stuff about Asian men or Hispanic men. But the masses of women in the Asian community, Arab community, Hispanic community, they're with their men. They respect them. And y'all know Asians and Hispanic men don't get no taller than 5'6", don't weigh no more than 148 to 57 pounds. They know someone weigh 138 and got a wife and 3 little kids, the little Asian dudes. But they're productive with their hands and their minds. We around here letting these old broken, Jezebelish, feminist weirdo bras tell us we all need to be 6 foot, 220 pounds, twisted steel of muscle. And they around here 5'2", 250 pound of flubber. We got the game wrong. And so I gave y'all some solutions. I gave you some direction. See, until we start following our own format as men, black men, we don't need no damn coalition. That's how women, black women and black gays, they all coalesce with these other groups and don't give a shit about the black family. We don't need to coalesce with white men. We don't need to coalesce with Asian men. We don't need to coalesce with no Hispanics. They ain't having the problems we having. We having the problems. So we need to coalesce with each other. And black Greeks, I know I be on y'all ass, but some of y'all just, some of y'all might be all right. Y'all, but a lot of them, talking about ain't worth the damn. And black gays sure don't know shit about no black family. That's what the power is. Your wealth is your family. Y'all around here creating all these baby mamas. Where the fuck the family at? Or participating in creating these baby mamas. That's not a family. That's division. I said it. Enrico, what does this have to do with the Jalen Walker being shot 60 times by 8 cops? If we're not going to stand up and do what we need to do, just go ahead and fall off into oblivion. Don't do what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, which is nothing. Silent. Now, we can debate about on social media. Damn that, we need boots on the ground. It's time to, all you guys, it's time to come out in the public. Either we have to gather at these criminal justice places and gather at the lawn of the mayor or the state representatives. Make a trip to D.C. We have to. Let them know we ain't doing this no more. Go to these police stations where they shooting up black men. Let them know this not gonna happen anymore. They ain't gonna get off scot-free like this anymore. Not gonna find some courts that'll just let them shoot up black men and then they still get to go home with pay, or you get them a desk job. We're not doing that. We have to treat ourselves like we're not playing anymore. We have to protect ourselves. We have to. And I'm gonna say this: when black men out here fighting each other, I'm talking about getting into a brawl. Black men, break it up. Don't let them fight each other. That's where it starts. We have to stop looking at each other like we're each other's enemy. I know it goes against what I say about the black Greeks, but I told y'all black Greeks don't think they're black people, so I meant what I said about that. Of course, not all. But I'm telling you, they'll side with each other before they side with other black men. That's just how it is. When y'all see black men out here fighting, because when I say this, you might see 2 black dudes getting into it and 10 black dudes are standing around. 5 of y'all can break that up and ask them, why y'all fighting each other? You fighting over a chick? Dude, my man, break it up. And then we have to start that communication. Now, you can let women fight all day long. That's what they do. You let them fight. Hell, matter of fact, grab some popcorn. Let the women break that up. Damn, Rico, yeah. Because we have to show each other that we care about each other. But, I know it's baby steps because we all been convinced that we each other's enemy. White folks think we the enemy. Women think we the enemy. Damn. And I know a lot of us are good and savage. But we can work our way around that. Put all this shit in check. So who's going to lead the movement? I hope y'all expect me to do it. I'm like the Paul Revere. I'll just let you know the British are coming and get prepared. I'm like the black Paul Revere of the community. Well, a lot of you guys in position. A lot of y'all got money. A lot of y'all are professionals in your field. I mean, like athletes and actors. And a lot of y'all got cash. Successful in the banking world. Y'all can fund a whole lot of stuff that can make change. You don't have to do it publicly. You can just fund it silently. We won't tell you where we're getting the money from. But anyway, I want to talk y'all heads off. That was just on my mind on this happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, Jalen Walker. Hell of a 4th, I know. And to my nephew, who didn't get a chance to see this 4th either, Laterrell, happy 4th, nephew. He too, life ended by gun violence. And any brothers who probably died last night are probably gonna die tonight. Happy 4th. But we're going to get it together one day. So, y'all be cool. Enjoy the rest of your day. Eat go ahead. Eat a little barbecue for me. I like barbecue thighs. They're delicious. And, of course, barbecue wings. You can never... I'm not a huge fan of barbecue legs, though. Hell, I'm not even a big fan of fried legs, though. Just something about them is different. But anyway... y'all be cool. Enjoy the rest of your day. Rest. I'm going to, kick with the fam a minute. Do me a little laundry. Probably write something. I haven't written anything in a while. Check out that Cash App. $ Rico the Opinionist. Always trying to take care of that. It's all good. But anyway, y'all be cool. I'll talk to y'all in the future. Peace. Please make sure I do this correctly. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. We're going to keep talking because I can't hardly see this. This sun is bright. Wait a minute, y'all. Oh. Hold on. I know. I'm going to learn to edit a lot of this foolishness out one day, but let's see. There it is. Peace, y'all.